Good morning. What's up, y'all? Happy Saturday. How's everybody feeling? I see y'all coming into the chat. Shout out to the members. We see Boogie Down Jay was first in the chat. Top of the top, man. Let's get it. Yeah, we here. Happy Saturday, everybody. Getting this weekend rolling. I got so much to do this weekend. I promise you. As soon as this stream is over, I'm bing, 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 bing. I'm bouncing all over the place, man. This gonna be a hectic day for me. And by the time the day winds down, I'm then gonna start tuning into the Riot versus Bags and Bodies event that's going down today. And then by the time that's over, yeah, Tank Davis. All right. I'm gonna watch that tank fight. You know, I'm ordering that. So it's gonna be a fun day. It's gonna be a long day for some of us, but let's get to it. What else do we got going on real quick before I jump into these topics? Also, once again, shout out to Hitman Holla. His album just dropped, available on all platforms. Our Culture, his features on there. I think he's got Goods and Geechee Gotti. Cass might be on there. I think he got Tay Rock on there. He's got a lot of features on there. I heard one or two snippets and it sounded crazy. Actually, I'm gonna play that in the gym today. Speaking of gym music, shout out to Holla, man. Y'all grab that. Speaking of music, I listened to Jim Jones's album yesterday in the gym at the Church's Steps. Good album. Good album. Good album. Jim has always made good albums. All right. Jim doesn't put out trash music. He's not the best rapper in the world, of course, but that's not what we go to gym for, right? Like everybody's got their niche, everybody's got their lane. The production is pretty good. There's a couple, one or two, maybe three skippable tracks on there, but overall the production is good. Um, he gives good energy and he does the right thing by the productions, some good hooks on there. Like, yeah, overall, man, good project, man. I like it. I like it. Way better than the don't say it, AR, because they're gonna think you hating. They're gonna think you anti-Drake. I'm so not. I'm so not. But good album. Y'all check that out. So we got two albums today for us to be listening to as we driving around, running our errands and whatnot. Um, Once again, shout out to all the members that's coming into the building too. Kelson, I see you. What's good? What's good? He says that tank fight is gonna be a good one. Yeah, we on it. We on it. We on it. See everybody else in the chat. Okay. We got a bunch of things to go through. You see the thumbnail. What do we got in the thumbnail, y'all? We got Drake's epic mistakes ever since the Kendrick clash or battle. We got some Diddy updates to talk about. Diddy catches a lawsuit per day, so I don't really try to stay up on all of this stuff, but this one's a little bit more interesting. This one caught my eye a little bit more. We got the Camron versus Chad Ocho Cinco Johnson beef, right? I was seeing it go back and forth a couple days ago, and I kind of was leaving it alone. And I got one or two DMs about it, and people asking me, "Did I see it?" I'm like, let me pay a little bit more attention to it. So I watched it in full, and I was just like, what is up with these two guys? So there's some little angles in there I want to talk about. We'll get into. Did I mention Kanye? Kanye, and probably at the end we got a Lil Baby update. It's gonna be short, but it's gonna be related to the coverage that we've done thus far about his possible issues with Atlanta police and the Atlanta Fulton County DA. All right, let's start things off. The reason why we got the every mistake that Drake has made ever since the Kendrick battle and ever since the Kendrick clash is because this started as a topic for me the other day. We were just chopping it up, and I said, man, Kendrick fans and Drake fans, they're split throughout hip hop culture. It's almost like you got to choose a side. It's like a gang at this point. Like, are you team? If you team Drake, you on your academics and your moral shit. Like Drake could do no wrong. You got an excuse for everything. If you team Kendrick, you say things like Kendrick is riding this wave. He's going to be in a wheelchair, still promoting Not Like Us, the K-Bots, and he had hell. Oh, like pick it, whatever. I don't think you need to pick a side. Drake puts out some heat, I'm on it. If Kendrick puts out some heat, I'm on it. It just so happens that Kendrick is beating shit down Drake's leg for like going on 2 years straight. It is what it is, right? But during the course of that the other day, what I got into a little angle where I said, people, even though these fan bases are split and constantly getting at each other, it's not necessarily a super bias when you got all this negative talk towards Drake. some of it is because Kendrick literally is on some boogeyman shit. Like he's not that accessible. He's not that social. He's not on social media every day. And I freestyled off the top of my mind the times that we've seen Kendrick ever since the battles. And I think I nailed every single one of them, from the inauguration at the college to the interview with SZA to the Grammys to the pop out concert to the halftime show to the halftime announcement commercials, to Squabble Up dropping, to Not Like Us video dropping, so forth and so on. We could pretty much name him his 5 historic tweets when he dropped a tweet per battle that was coming out. I mean, battle track that was dropping. We could pretty much name every time we've seen Kendrick since the battle. Drake is there every day, whether it's his tour, whether it's his Instagram posts. He'll put up Lucian Grange's daughter on social media, like the lawsuit stuff and the duck lip selfies and the walkthroughs in the turquoise boots with the shorts. Like, he's there every day. And it was interesting. And I said that, and shout out to Enzo once again. Enzo, he DM'd me a video that pretty much broke down what I was talking about, summarizing all of the missteps. So this video right here, very, very interesting, because I think if you happen to be in the chat and you're one of those people that's like, oh, team Kendrick, or your team Drake, or if you see somebody like me come up here constantly and criticize Drake, don't think that I'm some Drake hater, right? It's because we have way more ammo. Like, Drake feeds us his wrongs so fucking frequently. He's gonna leak a song with him trying to expose LeBron for what? Like, that's guy code shit that you and academics over there breaking. What are you doing? But let's check the video. You see what I mean? Like, oh man. All right, let's get into this, man. Let's check this out.
Today, we are chronologically looking at every move Drake and Kendrick have made since the battle ended. Starting off on May 12th. On a random Saturday morning, Drake shared a picture on his Instagram stories depicting a Japanese samurai confronting a massive army, seemingly referring to the 20v1 he mentioned in his Push-Ups diss track. He posted this picture with the caption, "Good times, summer vibes up next." This post quickly sparked speculations of Drake gracefully stepping down from the on, going back and forth with Kendrick. Fast forward to May 23rd, 2024, Drake rapped over Metro Boomin's viral beat, BBL Drizzy, on a song with Sexy Red called You My Everything.
I changed a lot of girls' lives for real. They need a new body, they hitting me. Hey, BBL Drizzy, they want a new body, they asked me for it.
This got a lot of mixed reviews online, especially due to the fact that Sexy Red crooned for the first 2 minutes of the song before we could get to Drake's verse.
Oh my God.
Baby. Hold on, I just got to make sure this is the right song. Yeah, this is the right song.
A few weeks later, Drake hopped on a song called Wagwan Delilah, a parody song made by a local Toronto artist named Snowdy.
Show my dog.
Yo. Sexy Red coming on the track. Like, y'all already know I'm not a fan of Sexy Red. Just her and what she represents. I'm not a fan of her at all. She's got some catchy songs and whatnot. Absolutely. I'm pretty sure you go to the club, you catch one of her hits coming on. It's like, all right, Sexy Red. Overall, I don't like her. I'm not. But I damn near overlook the fact that she came on a song like that. That shit is just pollution to my ears, and I get it. She's probably she better be trolling. She better not have tried to really hit a note. She better been trolling with that shit. But yeah, that was one. Like, the thing about Drake's attempts is he tried to take the bullets back. Like when Rick Ross, dropped his track, is, we heard you did this, white boy. I'm saying, like, what he did. He tried to take it back. He was like, he called me a white boy. Shit kind of got a ring to it, right? Like, Drake tried to take it back. Same thing with the BBL Drizzy from Metro Boomin. He's like, all right, let me get on the track, right? He tried to reverse it, and surprisingly, it didn't work for him. There's a lot of times where that works, where you just own something and you just be like, all right, I own it, and what? And I'm gonna use it, and I'm gonna revert. But that just shows early on how much the momentum was already lost from Drake. Because even when he's trying to grab shit and just like, yo, I'm gonna actually bolster this, I'm gonna own up to that, I'm gonna take that, we're gonna spin this one, and people were still like, no. It's crazy. It really is crazy, man.
Grammy said he knows a man that slapped it. I'm so cheesed.
At
Let me
first,
read
a
this.
lot of people thought this was an
Let me read it like
AI-generated
this.
song, but Drake seemingly confirmed it by reposting it on his Instagram stories. Next, on June 5th, 2024, Drake
What was that? I have like a classic Instagram reaction on my IG for that. Cause I listened to that live for the first time with y'all. And that part where dude just started like mumbling real fast, and it turns out he was naming banks. And I was just like, wait, what is that? I brought it back like 3, 4. I was literally like legitimately trying to figure out what was going on. I was like, what am I missing? What am I missing? Hold on. And I'm listening to, I'm like, what? This is fucking, what is this? What the fuck are y'all doing? Because at that point, we're all looking for responses. And I'm gonna keep it so real, man. When there felt like imbalances in the battle, I was rooting for the other side. Like Kendrick never was like losing until when Kendrick was looked at as like, oh, you're losing, it's before he initially dropped. Okay. Like when he did his joint with Future, and the whole world was like, oh shit, like it's up. Like he just took it, he lit it up, right? Drake Kemp comes back with those two songs, Push-Ups and Tailor Made. And we was all like this. And because we didn't get it when we wanted it right away, we just started saying, yo, Kendrick, yo, you out. You getting your ass with that shit. Drake is on your heel. Yeah, Drake is up. But by the time Euphoria dropped, then it was like, oh, Euphoria is that. Okay. And then he back to back, 616. Like, oh shit. And we was like, yo, the momentum is on Kendrick's side. He won the coin toss here. You know what I'm saying? And then at that point, me personally, I don't know about y'all, I'm rooting for Drake. Now I'm like, all right, Drake, let's get back in this fight because I want to see a good battle. Anybody that watches a battle, like sometimes it's enjoyable to see somebody get dragged, but in the midst of it, when you show up to watch it for the first time, you're not looking for somebody to get dragged unless you have a personal bias already. Like, oh, I showed up here to root for this person. I didn't show up to the Kendrick and Drake battle to stand behind either one of those guys. I stood up to say, oh, it's up. We got to fight. We got one. Let's go. So when Drake was down, by the time Kendrick's 2 drops came, I was just like, all right, come on, Drake, get back. Get back. And then after that, you know, it was like it got worse and worse and worse. By the time we got to Meet the Grams, I walked off camera and I said, this is one of the best diss songs I've ever heard as far as the impact. It shit hit my soul. It feels like a nightmare. I'm gonna go exercise some demons after this stream because I'm spooked out by Meet the Grams. I'm spooked the fuck out. Not like Us dropped, and it was just like, this is getting bad. The Heart Part 6 comes out, and it's just like, Drake, you wave the white flag, and your voice sounds like you're about to cry. Like, oh shit, this trap ain't adding up. Like this. Oh, it's over. Oh shit. So then we're still in the battle. We're still watching, like, yo, what's happening after? And then the Hey Delilah type of shit comes out, and it's just like, and this is why we say the epic mistakes. Who's advising you, dude? Like, now you want to drop that? Hey, now? You see what's going? It's war out there. You drop that now? Like,
deleted all his disses towards Kendrick Lamar from his
shit.
Instagram page, almost like it never happened. 3 days after that, Kendrick gave a speech at Compton Community College, the same school that Drake had used to troll Kendrick during the beef by wearing a shirt from the academy.
Go have hardships, you go have tribulations just as you had coming up here.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
But guess what?
I didn't catch
You got
that
somebody
shot.
special behind your corner and all around you, and that's God. Period.
2 weeks later, Kendrick goes all out at his pop-out show in Inglewood, California, and we all know how that went.
Them superpowers get neutralized like a homely rock in silence. One more time.
Oh, tell a nigga to the cross, he walk around like, what's up with these jabroni ass niggas trying to see Compton?
So, yeah. Less than a week later, Drake posted a cryptic picture of an AI robot on his Instagram stories, subtly hinting at the fact that bots may have been involved in Kendrick's success. 2 days later, Camila Cabello drops her album, which featured 2 songs from Drake, Hot Uptown and Ugly.
Let me grip by your money maker, okay.
I didn't know this. I didn't know this.
Hotline, I go bling later,
Where?
okay. Trust me.
Her album went on to sell 36,000 copies in the first week, which fell way below expectations considering the fact that it had 2 Drake songs on it, with the other song, Ugly, being a solo Drake interlude.
Maybe
On
that's
June
why we didn't hear
28th,
it.
Drake goes bowling with his crew and set his player name to 69 God, the same name Kendrick had called him by in his song, Not Like Us.
There he goes again, trying to take it back. You call me 69 God. Okay, I'm gonna bowl. I'm gonna use that name now. I'm gonna post it up on social media for the whole hip hop world to see that I'm taking 69. Freaky ass nigga, you a 69 God. I'm gonna take that and own that. Once again, it just didn't work. It's like, you know what's so fucking hilarious about that? You're trying these things and they're not working. And then actually, I have seen this before. You try so many tactics and then you end up with your last resort lawsuit. You fucking coward. Damn, looks familiar, man. I've seen that before. Crazy.
A few days after that, Kendrick releases the long-anticipated video for the same song, which immediately set the internet in a complete spiral. This video, directed by Dave Free and Lamar, celebrates the West Coast with a few digs at Drake and his OVO crew. Not only was there a scene featuring Kendrick's fiancée, Whitney Alford, and their 2 young children, who Drake had consistently brought up during the battle, but Kendrick could also be seen in a historic scene surrounded by a crowd of fans who can be heard rapping along with him to his hit, Not Like Us. Following that, on the 26th of July, Gordo dropped a new album which contained 2 new Drake features, with the tracks Sideways and Healing.
I don't recall.
Moving on, Drake popped up on Instagram with a burner account called Plot Twist.
Oh, I get it.
He also premiered a new website called 100 Gigs, where he dropped a bunch of behind-the-scenes footage of him recording classic songs and other material over the years.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I thought the 100 gig thing wasn't a misstep. Now, I don't know if there was already stuff happening. Like, we knew that there was issues contractually or beef with his label and all that when the pre-action lawsuit dropped. But this shit could be happening way before the public knows, right? So who knows? The 100 gig thing could have been wrapped up in that and him trying to keep relevancy or put some new music up back on the charts. And, you know, like I believe that this was, you know, tactically for more reasons than one. And this one right here, I don't think is I don't see the misstep in the 100 gigs drop. I think it had a lot of people clamoring for it, digging through it, getting new footage and behind the scenes stuff. There was some stuff in it that made Drake look a little weird, because you got like video of him at times where it's just like, why is he using that voice? Why is he talking like that? Like, when we keep seeing the changing of Drake culturally or the way he talks, he goes from the gangster good fella to the suburban Jewish kid type of verb. You know what I'm saying? And that type of stuff isn't good, because you're in the middle now of Kendrick putting these labels on you. But other than that, to be fair, I thought that the 100 gig drop was kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? It had some songs on there that was dope. You know, the Serena stuff that was in there came back to bite him. Super Bowl and all that. But anyway. I don't consider the 100 gig drop a misstep unless I'm forgetting something, people, you know.
Along with this came 3 new songs. It's Up, featuring Young Thug and 21 Savage, Housekeeping with Latto, and a song called Blue Green Red. The most successful song out of these 3 was It's Up, which peaked at number 28 on the Billboard Hot 100.
I like that.
A few weeks later, Drake drops 3 more songs on his 100 Gigs website. No Face, Circadian Rhythm, and SOD, with the most successful out of these 3 being the song No Face, which peaked at number 60 on Billboard Hot 100.
How you get lit off the nigga you hating on numbers untouchable? They got the data wrong. This is the moment I know they've been praying.
2 days later, Drake posted a video to his Instagram story signaling that the beef wasn't over. He posted a Rasheed Wallace interview where Wallace said his Detroit Pistons would win Game 2 of the 2004 Eastern Conference.
I'll put it in the front page, back page, middle page, wherever. Headliners, column 1 or 2, we will win Game 2. Backing off. We will win Game 2.
On September 8, 2024, the NFL announced that Kendrick Lamar would be headlining the 2025 Super Bowl halftime performance. Kendrick released a video acknowledging the announcement and also sent a subtle shot to Drake.
My name Kendrick Lamar, and I'll be performing at Super Bowl 59. You know, it's only one opportunity to win a championship. No round twos. Let's get it.
A month later, Drake collaborates with the Mexican artist Chino Pacas on the song Moto Capon, which I'm sure we can all remember.
No bullshit.
Baby chula, tell me now. Todas dicen papi, but I want no love.
There's a video too.
Honestly, I don't even recall.
that
No
situation
bullshit.
that you're speaking to.
2
Me
weeks
either, no
later,
bullshit.
Drake drops a teaser video to his song No Face.
Me, I'm expressionless. Niggas be talking about don't shoot the messenger. 555, get shot for way less than here. None of you.
Right after that, Kendrick dropped his album GNX.
Yeah. It's like Kendrick keeps doing this killer ant with a sledgehammer shit. Like, you drop a post saying we will win the second round, and then he comes with a Super Bowl announcement saying no round twos. You drop a single from the No Face shit or video snippet, and he drops an album. It's like, Jesus Christ. Like, that's also a thing about losing the coin toss, right? In battle rap, we know that 9 times out of 10 a rapper wants to go second. You give Kendrick the ability to I think he did a lot of prep. I think he already had his course navigated, and he had a lot of stuff that he was just like, all right, my war chest is already full. But not only is my war chest full, I get to also choose which gun I want to grab based on what this fucking guy is doing. What'd he do? Okay, bet. Boom. Like, winning the coin toss is deadly for those reasons.
Bitch like tiramisu. So we go body for body. I hand you a body. I'm probably a better masseuse. I really don't bother nobody, but they running by me if I like tiramisu. So we go body for body. I hand you a body.
GNX topped the Billboard 200 charts by selling.
Yo, don't you just love how music does that? How music is just like, all you need is a couple seconds to hear something, and it's like, oh wait, it grabs you and it could throw you on the fucking wall, son. You just gotta love what music does, man. Look how that hit for people.
So we go body for body. I hand you a body. I'm probably a better masseuse. I really don't bother nobody, but they running by me if I like tiramisu. So we go body for body. I hand you a body.
GNX topped the Billboard 200 charts by selling 319,000 copies in its first week. It earned the biggest debut for a rap album in 2024, while also capturing 7 of the top 10 spots on Billboard's Hot 100 chart, including the entire top 5.
This is really good. My heart soars.
Less than a day later, Drake called into this guy's stream.
Is that actually Drake? Shut the up.
The doll behind you is crazy.
Okay.
I'm gonna finish my drink. I just want to tell you, I got a lot of love for you, man. I appreciate you, man.
Hey,
we'll link up soon.
He also took some time out of his busy schedule to troll Kendrick in the chat by typing the word custard, an obvious play on the word mustard, from Kendrick's new song TV Off. The very next day, Drake appeared on XQC's stream, making it known that he is still alive and well.
I do music, in case you didn't know. I'm here, as you can see, fully intact, mind, body, and soul, in case you were wondering.
A day after that, Drake did the unthinkable and filed a pre-action petition against UMG and Spotify, accusing them of engaging in an illegal scheme.
Why did they put a cop car in the video right there? Yo, matter of fact, my bad. The WRI channel, shout out to you, man. This is a great video that you created, man. Shout out to my fellow content creators.
Scheme involving bots, payola, and other methods to promote Kendrick's song Not Like Us. The petition was not a full lawsuit, but a pre-action petition under which Drake's lawyers asked the court to order Universal and Spotify to preserve all relevant documents and information ahead of future legal action. Meanwhile, on the very same day, Kendrick dropped the music video for his lead single off the new GNX album called Squabble Up.
Woke up looking for the broccoli. Hot key, keep a horn on me.
God knows.
She almost bust her shit.
Next one. Shut up. It's a hit record.
Squabble up. Squabble up.
3 days later, Drake announced that he would be going on tour. He revealed that the Anita Max Win Tour would be a 13-date run through Australia and New Zealand. Fans alleged that the Anita Max Win Tour was a subtle response to Kendrick Lamar's highly anticipated Super Bowl halftime show. A week later, Kendrick and Caesar announced that they would also...
Time out now. I don't think that that's a bad thing at all, neither. First of all, it's a tour. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a big tour. There's a lot of money to be made on a tour like that. There's a lot of fans to touch, right? And I think tactically, that's a good thing as well, because we always say it, but we got to remind ourselves that 90+% of the time in that space, publicity is publicity, man. And you could ride the coattails of a lot of people up there and turn negativity into sales and album drops and singles and all that type. Jim Jones just did it to a degree as well, right? He's got all this stuff going on. Now's a good time. Like, oh, the lead single, damn it. What was it? Is that in the Jomo where he dresses Is he a Bronx or is he a Harlem nigga? Well, fuck all that. Tell me what's the problem. It's fresh off of Camron trying to say that he's really from the Bronx and all that, right? And that's like the lead single to his album. You capitalize on that type of stuff. You turn a negative into a positive. And this is why people have to be real with themselves and say the Super Bowl also gives Drake, it goes in both directions, people. You know, if Drake is dominating the charts and then Kendrick comes and battles him, yes, Kendrick gets a boost. It's absolutely true. It happens in this direction as well. Kendrick is up. He's in the stratosphere at this point, and he's coming off of the Super Bowl. You go ahead and drop your album because people's going to want to hear your response. They're going to want to tune in to Give Me a Hug and put that on the charts to see you dissing Kendrick. Right after the halftime show, you're going to address the halftime show. You're going to say something. You get extra eyes from that too. Drake is Drake, but you get extra eyes even on your tour. What's he going to say tonight? Is he going to address, the halftime show in an intermission between songs? The Kendrick tour is coming up too. You think people is just going to be waiting to see his songs? No. They're like, all right, he did Not Like Us. They played it at the Grammys. He performed it in pieces, a little like slightly stripped down for Super Bowl television. You know what I'm saying? At the halftime show, done. At his tour now, where he gets more flexibility, he's going to do whatever the fuck he wants in these hour-plus long sets. So people's not just going to be looking for the songs that we already know he's going to do. It's like, what else is he going to say something? Is he going to drop a new song? Is he going to address this? During these intermissions when these rappers are talking, that's news headlines within itself. Yo, let me tell y'all something, man. The whole crowd of LA, now that we here, these bitch and like, oh shit, he's talking directly. You know what I'm saying? Like all of that. So Drake going on tour, in the midst of all the halftime stuff or right after and his album dropping, I think that was a good step. I mean, what do? You just sit there and continue to allow the wave just wash you ashore? No. So I like that one too, people. Come on, let's be fair. Let's be fair.
Also be going on tour. The 2025 Grand National Tour, which will include 19 stadium stops across all of North America, including 2 dates in Toronto, Canada.
I said all that, and then we right back to the fucking killing an ant with a sledgehammer. It's like, well, now let me show you this stadium tour that got more tour dates and more seats and more. What? I tried, man. I really was trying there. You see, I try to be fair, man, but damn, a loss is a loss.
3 weeks later, Drake goes on Aiden Ross stream to gamble, promote Steak, and participate in a giveaway marathon, which was also sponsored by Steak. Drake.
I don't like this guy anymore. This Aiden guy. Like, y'all saw the previous stream out. Whatever.
Read fan letters on the stream and gave money to people who had written him letters about their random problems and financial struggles and stuff.
And of course, the Drake charisma, and it's always fuck. Oh, I'm not reading that. Please help.
Things seemingly.
Yeah, that was such an accident. Shut up. Like, once again, people, please don't take us for fools.
They went quiet for a couple of days as everyone enjoyed their Christmas and made fake New Year resolutions.
It's my most favorite time of the year.
And then from nowhere, on January 14th, Drake surprisingly withdrew his petition against UMG and Spotify. However, the very next day, Drake filed a federal lawsuit against UMG, accusing them of defamation for promoting Kendrick's song Not Like Us.
Oh! Ew, dude! What the fuck?
Drake's legal.
Meanwhile, he's literally still defaming and dissing people. Get on his songs talking about Joe Budden, you a dick sucking on this type of shit. He's not even laying low. Oh, man.
Team said Universal Music Group used its resources to elevate a dangerous and inflammatory message that was designed to assassinate Drake's character. Next, on February 2nd, 2025, Kendrick wins big at the Grammys as Not Like Us swept all the 5 categories it was nominated in. It won Best Rap Performance, Best Rap Song, Best Music Video, Song of the Year, and also Record of the Year, making Not Like Us the most awarded rap song in Grammy history.
Nothing more powerful than rap music. I don't care what it is.
This historic night also made Kendrick Lamar a 22-time Grammy winner and placed his diss song in rarefied air. As Not Like Us and
Quick pause, people. As much as I try to stay neutral, you Drake fans, man, you just make us get at you so often, and it's your fault. For all you new people, my memory is decent. Yes, he's the first to do what he did at the Grammys this year, right? And he walked away at what, 5 Grammys? But they just said he had how many? 20. How much? There's a reason why Drake rapped. Kendrick just opened his mouth. Someone go ham in the Grammy right now because he knows what's up with Kendrick. So the first time that Kendrick and Drake went at each other or had to compete Grammys wise, right? Didn't Kendrick sweep him? Right? I think he swept him. I think he, in all the categories that they were in together, I think Kendrick outed Drake and he won them, right? And then there was another time for the Grammys where Drake didn't even submit his songs for Grammy nominations. Like, that's like a form of like a boycott, I believe, where it's just like, I'm not submitting my song, I'm not submitting my album, I don't want to be listed for. And Kendrick still showed up and won those too. Like, he's got 20 something of these bitches, right? So you people that want to act brand new, chill out, man. Like, Kendrick was Kendrick before this battle. He gained from the battle, absolutely. We're not gonna play stupid, but this is still Kendrick. Once again, this is why we were talking about the big three and why they were competing for about, it seems like, at least 10 years. Kendrick and Drake. I watched a documentary recently. It's like 3 hours long. I was just playing it in pieces as I'm moving around. And what it did is it went back and covered just about every shot taken between Kendrick and Drake over like the last 10 plus years. It was an incredible 3-hour video. And I watched that shit like, yo, this is bugged out how much they subbed each other. There was time that, like, Drake has tried to olive branch Kendrick like 20 times. Like, Kendrick just kept spitting in his hand, like, don't reach out to shake my hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, they started off on great terms, friends. Drake invited Kendrick on, him and A$AP Rocky on his tour, opened Kendrick up to a bigger crowd, what that looks like, because Drake was ahead of Kendrick. And Kendrick continued to, it started in competition. I think it ended up in a place where it's just like, we are polar opposites and we dislike each other, especially from the Kendrick side. I think that Kendrick genuinely developed a hatred towards Drake. Like, you're fake. I see through you. I don't like what you represent. I don't like you're an actor. I think he developed a hatred or a strong dislike towards Drake. But prior to that, you could just see it was so much competition. Who's the best rap? They have so many shots going back and forth about who's the best rapper, like directly on their songs and shit and their albums over the years. Who's the best rapper? Who's number one? Drake calling out Kendrick. Kendrick calling out this is before Control, people, before the Control verse, before the BET freestyle that Kendrick dropped. Boy, you've been a fake. Pin the tail on it. Before all of that, these guys were competing. You know what it is? It's like, yeah, you were ahead of me. And then Kendrick continued to, and then sooner or later, Kendrick is like, because of his talent, I think he wanted the throne too. It's just like, I'm so much better than you, and I'm more genuine, I'm realer than you. And that's where the dislike started. And I think he continued to like spit on Drake's hand, like, fuck your olive branches, because not only do I want the opportunity to really get you up out of here and stop this debate, but I don't like you. I'm telling you, I'll fuck around, and I'm not going to do a 3-hour stream for that one video with y'all, but maybe I'll drop it in the chat so y'all can check it out. Like, after this video is over, I'll drop it in the comments. But incredible to see the history between those guys, man.
Childish Gambino's This Is America are the only rap songs to win Record of the Year at the Grammys.
Oh my God! Wow!
The next day, Drake officially announced that his album with Party Next Door, Some Sexy Songs for You, would be released on February 14th.
On behalf of me and Party, we've been working on something for y'all, so you get the summer over with. Do what you need to do. I know all you girls are outside, and when it gets a little chilly, Party Next Door and Drake album will be right there for you.
Although this album had been teased since August of 2024, Drake revealed that the project was finally ready for release and would land on Valentine's Day. 2 days later, Drake kicks off his Anita Max Win tour in Australia with the first stop in Perth, the capital city of Western Australia. At the beginning of his show at the RAC Arena in Perth, Drake made a dramatic entrance by walking on the stage, wearing a black hoodie stylized with bullet holes with real smoke billowing from the back. The striking visual clearly is a response to the ongoing debates about K-Dot ending Drizzy's career with his Grammy-winning diss Not Like Us. Beyond the fashion theatrics, Drake also had a direct message for his audience.
I started doing music in 2008. I come all the way from Toronto, Canada. The year is now 2025. And no matter what, Drizzy Drake is very much alive.
Okay.
Less than a week later, Kendrick performed at the Super Bowl
The editing
halftime
of
show in
this
New
is
Orleans,
killing me.
Louisiana. He headlined the show for the first time, becoming the first solo hip-hop artist to ever do so.
I just put the buggers in my chain. 80 pointers like a Kobe Dane.
His Super Bowl halftime show is now the most watched of all time, drawing in
Shit is
133 million viewers, an even larger audience than the game itself, which Fox Sports reported had an average of 126 million viewers. On February 14, 2025, Drake and Party Next Door dropped their joint album, selling.
That's wild to see that amount of what's the math on that real quick? I wasn't paying fully attention to the numbers, but like 7 million people that only tuned in for the show. So you're breaking numbers, and then the drop after the halftime, like that's kind of big too. That's a stat that people don't talk about. Wow.
250,000 copies in its first week and securing the top spot on the charts. While these numbers are noticeably lower than Drake's last joint album, Her Loss, which sold 404,000 copies, they were still solid enough to push Drake up the Spotify top artist rankings. But just 4 days later, Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us resurged to #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. This marks its third non-consecutive week at the top. The track first debuted at #1 in May, reclaimed the spot after the Pop-Out concert in July, and now it has become the only non-holiday song to hit #1 on 3 separate occasions.
Wow, bro. That's crazy. That's so.
Then just a week later, February 25th, 2025, Drake canceled the rest of his Anita Maxwin tour dates. His team cited scheduling conflicts as the reason, but before the Australia and New Zealand leg was set to begin, there were already reports of struggling ticket sales. Now many speculate that low demand was the real reason behind the sudden cancellations, but unfortunately the hits just keep coming for Drake. Nobody truly knows where this battle would go from here, but one thing is for sure, the war is definitely far from over. Till next time, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching.
Salute, homie. Once again, great content, man. Give us a nice video to continue on with a topic that we brought up a couple streams ago, as well as give us that great video to react to. So that was dope. But we don't we don't need to. I don't know why I was laughing. Like, we don't need to spend too much more time on that. All right, let's move on. Part of me wants to scroll up through the chat, but let's leave the Kendrick and Drake shit alone for the rest of the morning or for the rest of this live. All right, let's go. All right, let's get into Chad and Cam. So this is how I understand, for me personally, to see how this started. All right, let's catch up to speed here for anybody that's out the loop, because I was out the loop too.
Where we were in action, and she said in my ear, "Go deeper. Stay with me now." And what hurt me is I was already all the way in, so I had ran out of PP.
You do understand the cameras are rolling. Who you are now,
Yeah, completely.
It's manufactured because it was surgically enhanced.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you know, and I'm comfortable saying that. And I can tell you this is something you would never be able to get on TV. That's why we on your show.
Okay, so that clip happened a couple weeks ago on the Stephen A. Smith show and went pretty viral. Ocho was obviously saying all that stuff in jest, being a good sport, but that didn't stop rapper and co-host of It Is What It Is, Camron, to go at Chad. And
had to get surgery, and since then he has been good. So the question is, just men in general, should they be judged for having surgical enhancements to feel better about themselves and their manhood?
I'm gonna let Cam answer that first.
Freaky ass niggas need to keep their ass inside, man. You know what I'm saying? This is what they need to do, man. Is you telling another grown man about you getting your tool piece a little bigger, man? I don't really with Chad or Cinco, to be totally honest with you. He all right, but at the end of the day, when we started the show, the was hating from the very beginning. We started the show, we was doing very well, it was very successful. We didn't have no deal, no sponsors or nothing. We was doing this off the muscle. He comes out of nowhere talking about, yeah, I'm gonna get myself back together and I'm taking Cam's spot. Why the you gotta take my spot? Because you talking about you've been a football player your whole life. Now because I'm doing sports, you come and take my spot. And at that particular time, we had only been doing the show about 2.5 months, 3 months. But that's how much of an impact that I had that ass felt threatened. You know what I'm saying? Then after that, we try to call him. Shout out to my nigga Bub. My nigga Bub knows some niggas he know. I tried to give him a job. He like, yo, talk to my agent. I said, I'm talking to you now. What the? Oh, I don't do business like that. I talk to my agent. See, you so dumb, you can't even speak for yourself, stupid. I tried to offer you more paper than you probably get now. Ask Mark Jackson how he got paid. Ask Mike Irvin how much he got paid. Ask them if they was living lovely off the checks me and Murder would send them. Ask them.
My bad. I think my audio was out for a second. I think one of the best things about these Cam rants, whenever he's going off on somebody, is just to listen for fucking Mace in the background. The shit is fucking crazy.
I bet you ain't getting paid the money that Mark Jackson and Mike Irvin got paid working with us. I don't know this for a fact, but ask Mike Irvin and ask Mark Jackson if they get paid lovely. And if I threaten niggas like you, this is why you going to do the you doing. And telling Stephen A about getting your piece bigger? Yo, I don't like you. I don't like you. I don't like your whole style is made, and I don't with you. Try to give you a job, and then you go and suck Shannon off. Ooh, Shannon, why you go suck him off? For what? Pause. I came to you first. Oh, my agent handles anything. You done. Your agent probably robbing you. Probably not as much well off as you think, as niggas think you are. And if you still need a job, I ain't hiring no more. You better hope and keep you with him, nigga. I don't like you hating on me for no reason from the jump.
Wow. What a statement.
Hey,
any further?
I don't know how much more, but there was a Chad Ocho response, as there should be to that. Like Cam, he snapped. He is wild disrespectful too, but all right. Here's a response. Wow.
Camron and Ocho Cinco appears to have hit another gear. So the other day I made a video on Camron having a go at Ocho, calling him out for hating, and I'm going to at Camron, calling him out for pocket watching, and that
Something happened yesterday, and you want an opportunity to respond, so the floor is yours.
Oh, absolutely. Listen. Cam had some stuff to say, and I had to think about it, and I had to listen to it and think about some stuff that was brought up from 2 years ago, where I said, Cam, you my mans, and I'm coming for your spot. Now, I'm not sure how that's taken as hate when all you have to do is understand that I'm saying I'm coming for your spot because I see you as the standard that is setting the bar in that specific space. So you took that as an insult, which is weird to me. I'm not sure how you can do that. But if you check the numbers, what I said I was going to do, I've already done and surpassed that in this specific space. Now, he said, he asked me to come join them, to do something with them. And I told him, okay, you got to check with my people. You got to reach out to my people who, when it was time for me to work with you, what did I ask you to do? Reach out to who?
I talked to Doug.
You talked to Doug. So boom, we did, like that.
Right.
That's the way I handle business. I don't run nothing through me. So I guess that was seen as a sign of disrespect because I chose to come over here with you. Boom. Okay. Now we brought up the issue with he talking about money and bags and how much you pay guest feature. How much we pay our guest features. Buddy, I ain't no guest feature. Boy, I'm the main attraction. What is you talking about? I always been the main attraction. There's a difference. In your lane, you do what you do. I'm in completely different lanes and completely different rooms from you, despite me always playing around and joking. It's different. For one, you wouldn't have been able to afford me to begin with. Let's start there. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I think because I do everything in an entertaining, fun, laughing way, you kind of forget and don't really understand what's being done over here and how special what we have is. And that's no disrespect to them, because I like they show. I love It Is What It Is, because it's different than what we do.
Okay, so I'm going to pause it here for a second.
Yeah, me too. All right, so I'm up to speed. This is what some of y'all has hit me about, and let's take a step back. The topic that started it all, of Chad talking about his own personal decisions with Stephen A. Smith, and that was hilarious. How Stephen A. Smith was like, these cameras are rolling, right? That shit is funny. But let's assume, because Chad jokes a lot, right? Let's assume he might have been whether he was joking or not, it doesn't really matter. But he has the reputation for joking a lot. So let's say he was just having a moment for ratings and playing around or messing around. Now, it is what it is. They start off as a topic. Now, on one token, you can say, Cam, Mace, right? A topic of Chad Ocho, supposedly, what he decided to do with his own manhood or whatever. Why do you find that as a topic? You could have that side of the equation, but there's a flip side to that coin that says, nah, Cam and Mace, they're different because they cover sports, but they kind of mix in the barbershop formula, right? The type of shit that you're not going to see Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless and Nick Wright and Chris Broussard talk about. They can't talk about, or they won't talk about that Chad thing, and Chad being a sports figure, right? So Cam and Mace, I expect them to cover topics, that would be in the barbershop. So I get it. But here's the middle of both sides of that equation. They wanted to cover that. Cam wanted to cover that. He wanted to use that to then spin off and platform off to the things that he really wanted to say to Chad, right? And he didn't hide that at all. I don't know what you tell a man about your manhood, but anyway, I don't like your bitch ass anyway. Boom, boom. Why you want over there? So we could speak on that in pieces. Cam, you obviously walking around with some feelings towards Chad. That's number one. Okay, cool. You seem to be in your feelings heavy towards this man. All right. You mentioned the fact that you spoke to him and he diverted you towards a manager. Something's wrong with that. Now, I look at this ex NFL player, and he's on this large platform of Club Shay Shay, and he's a brand within himself. Chad Ocho, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's a brand within himself, and Cam is as well. These are $1 million plus operations, right? It's not like battle rap, where somebody that makes $100 a battle and can't put $1,000 on the floor got a manager. Like, it's not that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ocho and Cam are brands worthy of having management involved in their business dealings and decisions and contracts. And Cam, maybe he went back to Harlem for a second, 125 and Lex or some shit. And he forgot that although me and you have a relationship and we're on the phone right here, boss to boss, decision maker to decision maker, right? Yeah, there's still, legal side to things, contracts, managers, all this type of stuff. He might not even be able to make decisions without his manager. They may have a contractual agreement between each other themselves. Like, you never know. Like, oh, you went and did a deal with Cam. You cut me out of the equation by not involving me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see battle rappers do that. They got managers, and they'll pick and choose what league owners to speak to. And certain league owners, they don't want to have their manager involved. It's bullshit business in battle rap, right? Up there, I respect Chad talking to another person that he fucks with and saying, yo, cool, I fuck with this conversation, but yo, I need you to holler at this person too. There's nothing wrong there, okay? Obviously, Cam has clearly showed also in that video that he feels a way that he extended an opportunity. Or do we say opportunity? I mean, yes, it's an opportunity, but clearly Cam wanted Ocho on his show. Clearly. And then you see him end up on a different platform doing something similar that you may have wanted him to do on your platform. You're salty about it. And you're showing it. You're salty about it. Cam, we got to call a spade a spade. I fuck with Cam, but you're fucking salty about it. Okay? So the third piece of this to me is Cam, I think, needs to balance and remind himself of what he wants to do with that platform. Now, I'm pretty sure as he looks down his channel, he gets to remember, or he gets to see, the bigger checks, the higher views, the more attention, and the more headlines come with controversy. Just like any other time, right? If I cut the stream on right now and the title says ARP exposes yada, 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 it's going to do more views than this stream. 100%. 100%. Cam knows that. Mace knows. They all, and it's tied to money and monetization and headlines and viewership and possible sponsorships. And Cam is developing a reputation where when anybody says his name or people get into it with him, people's like, they got their popcorn for when they show comes back on. Like, oh, Cam's going to. Me and 40 Cal do that. Me and 40 Cal was just texting 2 days ago. He extended a bet to me, like, do you want to take a bet that Cam responds, right? And I was like, nope, I lost the last bet. Cam and Jim off of the Breakfast Club Jim Jones interview. I was like, nah, Cam and Jim, man, they be responding to each other. Like, nah, I don't want that bet. You know what I'm saying? And it's because we now anticipate it. If it's Jim Jones or if it's this person, Cam is going to sit up there. He's going to do the ISO on the Cam. He's going to rant. It's going to go through headlines. It's going to be views. It's going to be controversy. And we're all going to love the content. And he's going to make more money off it too. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, right? But I don't think Cam should want his viewership to get so used to that where it looks like Now you're starting problems for views and for a higher check that month or more sponsor attention. You got to be careful. There's a balance. I like to see Cam address things and get dirt off of his name just like the next man. But you got to balance it, man. You got to balance it. The person that really deserved a response was Jim. Jim said, yo, I got $10 million, man. Let's box. We want to hear that response, Cam. Okay. Are you gonna box him? You're gonna negotiate and say, hey, let's do it for $1 million. Like, let's talk about that. We're gonna talk about how he keeps fucking accusing you and Dame of stealing money from him, or now that he put out the versus thing about him, Swiss Beats and you possibly taking money from. Like, talk about that. Like, I'll be here for it, right or wrong, right? I'll be here for it. This Chad thing seems to be something that was behind the scenes. Cam feels away because not only did he divert him towards a manager, but he also ended up taking a deal on a different platform, which Chad is totally entitled to. And you used the Stephen A. Smith moment, which could have been a fucking joke as a platform or a launch pad for you to jump off of that and then expose publicly why you have an issue with Chad. Chad is in the right here. Sorry. It is what it is. All right. Chad is in the right here. I don't like this moment right here for Cam, but we're entertained by it. So it is what it is. If Cam sees a video like this, he would say, you talking about me right now? Yes. So everybody could talk about it. It is what it is. You're right from that standpoint. But when we look into the weeds of character-wise, what he just did from those two videos, unless there's more to it, am I missing something, people? Cam, you're wrong. I'm sorry. So y'all wanted my reaction to that and my little breakdown view on that. Cam is wrong. And we see clearly what his motivations are. All right. Damn, we still got a bunch to still go through. We got 3 more topics to get through. All right, let's keep it pushing. I know this one's going to be short right here. This topic is definitely going to be short. This is your boy Kanye. ARP, what's that video of? Like, what are you showing us? What are they blurting out on his chest? This is what they're blurting out. You see, of all people, 50 Cent posted it. And what's 50's caption? I don't understand why. Emoji hands. Help me understand. Help a lot of us understand. Actually, I do understand. I don't even know if I can have this up here on my screen like this. I don't know. And plus, I don't want to offend people. But it's probably still on his website for sale. Let me see that. Is it like yay.com? Let me double check. Yay.com. What is Kanye's website? Kanye West website. Is it? What is it? Ye's website selling t-shirts with swastikas is taken down. Oh, the site is taken down? Good. So is that him rebelling by wearing the t-shirt, walking around in public now that they took the fucking site down? I'm glad they took the site down. All right. I'm literally like making a personal decision right now with this little moment of just my bad, y'all. I just needed 10 seconds to just get my thoughts together and make a decision on this fucking guy. I actually think I'm late with my decision. Not I think I'm late. I know I'm late. I'm late with my decision. I will no longer support Kanye West. If I speak on Kanye West or if I cover Kanye West on this podcast going forward, I will warn you, Kanye fans of the chat, I will be purposefully applying a negative bias. his music, it's like I damn near want to take a bit. Like I don't even want to listen to it. I don't know. It's. I just think that Kanye West is a piece of shit person. I do. I just think that he's self-centered. He's selfish. He's disruptive. He lacks respect. He's shallow. He's an attention whore. I've been watching this man for a long time with these opinions of him, and he never fails to give me more reasons to cement and solidify what we all see. Right? He's a shitty man to me. He's one of those. I think he's a shitty man. As a man, I don't think he's a good person. I don't. I think the only catch-22 for him that allows him to walk around and act like this is he's talented. And talent often sometimes gives you a pass to get back in good, to sweep things under the rug, to drop a good album or a good song and just make people forget. You know, the talent or these moments that you can give people that might entertain them in a positive way will continue to keep him afloat. It will. And I think because he makes headlines, because he's talented, because he draws attention, these doors, not all doors, obviously. I think he's closed a lot of doors, but some of these doors will continue to remain open for him. He will get his invite to the Grammy red carpet. Like, let's see what Kanye wears or what he does or what what woman he brings with him. Like he's just a shitty person to me. What do you get out of, especially as a black man, of walking around in public wearing a t-shirt with a big bold swastika in the middle of the chest? There's children that see this. There's adults also that see this. There's your fans that see this, that you influence. There's people that aren't your fans that you influence. What the fuck would be it's one thing when you see Kanye just tries to be over rebellious. I'm gonna dress like this because I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be with this type of he seeks attention also by being rebellious. Like everybody hates the MAGA hat, so I'm gonna wear it. Like he seeks attention like that. But this one is like, and this isn't the first time he's done something that just like, yo, you make niggas throw up. Like, but what's the win? Like maybe you thought like the Taylor Swift moment, like maybe you saw a legitimate win in it. Maybe you saw a win, and a lot of us sided with you in the whole like George Bush hates black people. You saw a win in that, snapping on Sway or like your rant on Drink Champs, and even when you started to go anti-Semitic, you know, we thought a lot of that was still tied into you selfishly trying to brute force your way into the fashion industry that doesn't want you, right? And oh damn, you made Adidas all this money, and now they threw you away. Like some of us will still back you. Like it's a black man that made you all this money. Like no, he deserves his stake in the company. Like, but your selfish and your cowardly ways continue to show, and then you have this moment, and you got to ask yourself, even in Kanye's disgusting mind, attention-seeking mind. I don't want to hear none of this fucking he's got mental issues shit. There's nothing wrong with the fucking man. He just is who he is, right? There's nothing wrong with him. We're not doing none of that shit. I ain't going for none of that. There's nothing wrong with that man's brain. He's totally fucking fine. Where's the win that you see in the swastika t-shirt, dickhead? What's the win? What's the win? MAGA hat, okay, like I guess I can debate with political people and they can justify that. And like there's justifications in a lot of the fuck shit that you do. Where is the silver lining in the swastika t-shirt? Where is it? Where the fuck is it? Is there something that I could reach and just be like, oh, maybe he's trying to do this? Like, what's the reach? Oh, he's such a genius that there's an explanation that I just can't fathom or understand. A piece of shit person. I don't respect him as a man. He's just talented. That's it. He's talented. It's just certain people in this world that when you continue to cross certain lines that can especially affect the community, affect children, and influence even adults in such a negative fashion to the point where you can even get people hurt. There's no mechanisms for like real cancellations. Like Charleston White shouldn't be on the internet anymore. Like shout out to the Dancer Project. Them's the homies, you know what I'm saying? But they keep giving him an outlet. Or like let's say the other platform on the couch. These are people that keep Charleston White relevant. And I'm not mad at y'all. I fuck with y'all. I really fuck with y'all as platforms. And some of the content that comes up there is interesting because we're just in a content space and it's just supposed to be about entertainment. Hate it or love it. But there's just certain things like if Charleston White wants to get on camera and talk about fuck your dead son and all this type of shit, and or he wants or Kanye West wants to walk around with a swastika t-shirt, there has the future of the internet needs to cancel some of this. And it's the opportunities that these people keep getting. You know, somewhere up there, somebody's going to make a decision and say, good or bad ratings wise, it's still ratings to let Kanye come walk down our red carpet, you know, or it's still cool to put a camera on Charleston White. Or it fuck him, B. Fuck him. Let me move the fuck on. All right. Diddy. Once again, Diddy is in headlines so often, new lawsuits, new civil suits every 5 fucking seconds. I can't keep up. So I don't cover all of it. Like when his trial starts, we're going to have a lot to talk about. We're going to have a lot of paperwork to discuss, a lot. I don't know if it's going to be a public trial. If it's going to be a public trial, it's going to be even crazier to get the visuals and everything, like how ASAP just had a public trial, you know, like cameras allowed into the court and everything. I forget. Is that based on where you're at? New York? I forget. We gotta look into that. But anyway, when that happens, there's going to be a lot going on. Like just imagine, let's say when Cassie takes the stand. We're going to have a lot to talk about and a lot to break down, get up there and see if she's stunting, if she's, I mean, I know there's a level of sensitivity where it's just like, no, we saw the video, so she didn't deserve that no matter what. But there could be other shit that comes into play from her. Where it's just like, oh, we didn't know that about you, Cassie. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's going to be a lot. Leading up to that, all these random lawsuits, I'm sorry, it's hard for me to pay attention to them, but this one caught my eye because we know this person. We know how long ago the situation was. Let me try to get an actual date. When was is it Bad Boy making the band debut? When was that? What year was that? The first season of Making the Band debuted March 24th, 2000, 25 years ago. We are now at March 1st. So pretty much 25 years ago. All right, let's read this caption. Okay. Jamal Osborne, Making the Band contestant Sarah Rivers, we remember Sarah, is taking a stand with a $60 million lawsuit against Sean Diddy Combs, accusing the music mogul of sexual harassment, including claims that he groped her during the filming of the iconic MTV reality show. Rivers alleges that after she turned down Combs' unwanted advances, he retaliated by sidelining her and effectively shutting her out of the music scene. The R&B singer, known as Sarah Stokes, on the show detailed her challenging experience in a hefty 148-page complaint filed on Friday, just as the deadline approached for claims related to New York City's Gender-Motivated Violence Act. Timing. Rivers claims that Combs had a tight grip on her life, dictating her sleep schedule, ridiculing her struggles with an eating disorder, and even yelling at her. Oh, not yelling. God forbid you get yelled at. She recounts instances of being forced to do grueling, unpaid tasks, including the infamous moment when Combs made her and her bandmates trek from Manhattan to Brooklyn and back just to deliver him cheesecake. Let me go to the assault side of it first, as to not be a meanie. Sexual assault in any form is wrong, is bad, and we need to continue to teach people and learn that. Even when we're younger, I don't need the screen for. Well, I'll keep it up here for a second. Even when we're younger, we might do things that we think is innocent. Maybe we saw it on TV. Maybe the homies did it on the block. Maybe we thought it was cool. It's a lot of things that happens when we kids. Remember the Puerto Rican Day Parade? As an adult, if you go back and you look at that footage of them girls walking through the parade and just getting, their bras pulled on and their shirts lifted up and slapped on the ass and groped and grabbed, you look back on the footage and it's disgusting, right? The truth of the matter is, though, at those ages and in those times and at that moment, some of those kids and those young, some of them, not all of them, some of them, just don't understand how wrong that is. And they need to be taught. And some of them also need to be punished, right? Sometimes that's the best way to learn a fucking lesson. Groping. At times, a man will even try to get attention by maybe snipping at somebody. Like, you ever have a woman walk by you and you snip at her hip, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Or you try to grab her wrist or whatever. In these days, that shit could turn to a fucking civil suit. Now, the level of groping that he did to her back on the show that she's claiming and putting this suit, I don't know, right? But I'm going there first to say it's wrong. But at the same time, when I look at the big allegations from this caption, we see, and I don't feel like pulling up the actual paperwork for this. We can, but it's 140. It's not worth it to me. We see groping. We see he yelled at us. We see he put her in a spot where she felt she was being controlled, like her sleep schedule and how she eats. And he mistreated her with even examples like the infamous cheesecake walk. Okay. $60 million for that seems, however, y'all feel how y'all, I don't know. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about that. And then the timing of it, like right at the deadline before this act closes out in New York, here you go with the other 500 people. I said it before and I'll say it again. Wrong is wrong, but I don't like the delay and I don't like the money before the criminal. For example, if you felt this way back then, I want to hear from you. If you felt this way, even if you were scared because you wanted to finish the show, when the show was over, I want to hear from you. If you felt this way, not during the show, not right after the show was over, when you was like, all right, I'm done, now I can speak out, or even a year or two later, when you realize, damn, I'm not really in the industry anymore, or I'm blackballed, or my reputation from making the band, I'm fucked over now. Nobody, my industry career is over. Let me hear from you then. Like, that's 3 times where I'm trying to say, I would like to hear from you. Fast forward all the way to 25 years. Diddy is sitting there. This act is about to close out timeline-wise in New York. And here comes your 60 million. And we're still talking about the cheesecake walk. This is the type of stuff and I don't agree with it, but this is the type of shit why you see people on the internet saying free Diddy. I'm not saying nothing about that. I'm just going to wait for the trial. But this is why you see people, free, because they're not comfortable with what looks like, from everybody's spider sense, these money grabs. 25 years later, talking about the cheesecake or how he dictated your sleep. And they were young, but what's next? Are we going to see Ness do the same? Like, shout out to my nigga Ness. Like, Ness ain't better not open up. He's not going to open up no Philly suit about The cheesecake, Ness merchandised it. He sold cheesecakes at one point, right? He tried to flip it, turn it around. That infamous shit. Now we're gonna talk about, oh, you're such a disgusting person because honestly, that was one of the highlights of the fucking season because it made for great TV. Chappelle flipped it, right? In the Chappelle show about how wild Diddy is about because nobody was watching that fucking show to hear some music. I know they got a chance to put music out, but nobody watched that show for your fucking music. That goes for Sarah, Chopper, fucking Babs, none of them. Like, we wanted to see what you guys were going to produce. Yeah, that was a part of it, but we wanted to see the Fred and the Ness fight and the cheesecake walk and Diddy walking in and like the boogeyman and shutting the studio down. That's what made good TV, right? And we're going to fast forward and put that in the lawsuit. I guess these reality TV stars fast forward today where we watch them for years. The highlights is the women or the guys standing up and rushing each other and fighting. 25 years from now, let's put that in a lawsuit because the editors and the directors and the screenplay writers behind the scenes, they encourage the scuffles because that's what made the ratings. But now, 25 years later, look at this scar above my, what's that guy that they say they call him like the Ninja Turtle or whatever that got dropped or whatever? This guy's his eye split. 25 years from now, what if he walks in and he puts in a civil suit? 25 years later, 60 million. Look at this scar I got right here. I want to hear from you now, or I want to hear from you within a reasonable time. It's too convenient. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Diddy may have did some shit to her that she didn't deserve. He may have screamed at her. He may have groped her, right? He may and didn't was it Chopper? Somebody recently was in an interview. I'll say allegedly, but I think it was Chopper or somebody was in an interview recently saying it's to the point where they was fucking, right? Diddy and Sarah. How old is she now? How old is she now? How old is Sarah from making the band? She's currently 48. What's 48 minus 25? Is that 23? All right. I was making sure she was of age when she was in that damn house. And we heard talk from recent band members that they was fucking. We heard that. Actually, we heard it in a light as if she was getting preferential treatment because she was fucking Diddy. Am I bugging? Wasn't that? Hold on. Let me see if I could just YouTube it real quick. Chopper says Diddy and Sarah. I'm just gonna type word together. Let me see. Like Chopper reveals secret romance. Yeah, look at this shit. Look at this shit. I know I seen that shit recently. It is right here. You see the title? We're not gonna play it, but Chopper reveals secret romance between ex-bandmate Sarah and Diddy. You know what? Without playing it, let me just see if we can see some of the comments. Some of the comments in the video. Who is this? Dialogue, shout out to y'all. Let me see some of the comments. Shout out to Sarah, though, after saying all that. An interview with Chopper is the gift that keeps giving. Sarah's ex-husband wasn't tripping that whole time. He was mad for a reason. She was playing victim the whole time on that show. Let me see what the replies to that say. Yeah, it all makes sense why he was wilding. Means she probably was drunk or not answering the phone when he would call, and now that explains why he would show up and wild out. Or her husband was always showing up on the show or behind the scenes of the show. I don't remember. The whole time, Sarah didn't have a husband. She belonged to the streets. He didn't have any proof. Right? He wasn't stupid. Hey, hold up a minute. I wouldn't go that far as to say he was not stupid. Everybody in here is talking about Sarah's husband, allegedly at the time. Vlad punching air, knowing he missing out on all these exclusives, dragging her to filth and exposing her, then shouting her out is diabolical. Sarah is mad right now. They asked Chopper to take his interview down. and he did a new one. Oh, look at us popping up right here on the side live, y'all. Okay. Shout out to the YouTube algorithms. I mean, the fact that I remember seeing that title recently go by, groping and essaying a man or a woman is wrong in any situation. Let's continue to respect boundaries. But I don't like this lawsuit for the reasons that we just said. I just don't like that type of shit. The timing of it, 25 years later, people's talking about y'all had your own sexual relationship. He yelled at you. He sent you for cheesecake. He dictated your sleep schedule. Diddy seems to be a very controlling guy, especially with women, right? And parents, I'm gonna close it out like this. Parents, I'm not trying to say that it's never a valid excuse, but parents, let's all continue to teach these children how to, in a strong manner, agree or disagree and either stay or get the fuck on. Right? You have to groom these children and sometimes even these kids and young adults to not just sit there because your homie's there too. Right? Like even with peer pressure, right? Okay, I'm recording a show, but if behind the scenes you groping me or you disrespecting me or you crossing lines of HR, we got a problem here. And that's a real lawsuit to me, especially there, because now go ahead and fire me. And then you also fired me for invalid reasons because I was complaining that you were groping me. Diddy would have to settle for that back then. Here, take this $5 million, Sarah. I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Teach these kids to get the fuck on and get the fuck out and away from people if they have a problem. Sitting in the midst of the fire for gain doesn't look good, right? And that's why a lot of people is throwing back and forth like, yo, Diddy and Cassie, they both beat the shit out of each other. We got the video of Diddy, disgusting, no justification. But there's a lot of talk that Cassie used to hit on him too. Ike and Tina type shit. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of talk of that from people that was around them that, yo, she punched him in the face a couple times, boom, 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 boom. They had that type of relationship where they would hit on each other. The man's supposed to remove himself from that, but that was their relationship, some toxic ass shit. Sarah, you got to remove yourself. Especially got to teach that to young women. Remove yourself then. Don't tell me you partied all weekend, you spent the night at the house, and you did all of this, and then you left, and then 25 years later, you got a $60 million lawsuit. Remove yourself, because if it's a dangerous environment or dangerous people or you're being violated, you saving yourself from that is supposed to be more important than all else, right? I'm just saying. All right, Sarah, you got it. You got it for now. The last but not least, people, this one is pretty short as well. I just wanted to share this because I seen it. Quick update from Lil Baby's lawyer. He came out with a public statement. Lil Baby's attorney, Drew Findling, slams Atlanta Police Department for blaming artists for murders of 2 teenagers. So let's read what he actually said. The part of the press conference on Wednesday by the Atlanta Police Department that made an obvious reference to Dominique Jones, the lawyer will never call him Lil Baby, right? You got to keep it professional, keep him looking cleaner, right? Obvious reference to Dominique Jones. So even the attorney is saying that was obvious, even though Lil Baby's name wasn't said. Okay. Obvious reference to Dominique Jones was complete and total nonsense. To say that he couldn't shoot a music video in his hometown, a place that he loves and has continued to uplift, is disgraceful. Even more, the location for a major music video shoot is a decision made by a professional team and is not a decision made by any individual. Bringing his name into the conversation regarding a terrible crime for which he had absolutely no involvement is unprofessional, unethical, and shameful. Dominique is devastated about the situation because those children came from the same neighborhood he did and he will continue to build up his community in any way he can. Interesting. So that is that's not just a response to get something to the public for Lil Baby's reaction, or where is he, or like is he in the shadows? People, they want to hear from you. An allegation or something like that comes out, everybody turns and they say, "Oh, Lil Baby, what's up? What's going on?" So that's a response, and I think he's right by allowing his lawyer or his attorney to come out. Because like I said, what did I say? I said those news lines started hitting the other day. First thing Lil Baby should have did is lawyer up, 100%. Whether he was already on retainer or not, go lawyer up, right? So his lawyer coming out and making this statement to me is smart, right? But his lawyer is not just giving the people a reaction from Lil Baby's side so that they at least got two sides of the story, and they could calm down and stop looking at Lil Baby like he's automatically guilty. He's also presenting defenses. Duh. Like, this is clear defenses that are being put up before Lil Baby is even charged, if he gets charged, right? So saying things like he's not the only person that decides the location of a video shoot, right? That starts to create the argument that you think that Lil Baby solely, individually, chose this corner or this street to do the video to provoke this other street gang. How is that possible? The visuals, the backdrop, the location. What about the people that also chose the location? They have nothing to do with the streets. They have nothing to do with 4PF or Goodfellas. This guy over here is just a fucking a cameraman. He liked this street, right? And this type of shit that you have your people show up and say on the stand too. You know what I'm saying? So you get shit like that. So that right there was a clear defense that I think that his attorney put up. Right. Continue to say, of course, that he has no involvement. You better say that, right? What else is another defense that he put up here? Bring a name to the conversation regarding terrible crime, complete total nonsense. He couldn't shoot a music video in his hometown. That's another thing too. Proximity wise, you guys could be talking all this. Well, these 4-block radius right here, this is all Goodfellas territory. But you could say this whole zone, right? Zone 3, zone 4, or this whole zip code, or this whole metro area is where Lil Baby is from. You guys at a gang unit level is saying that these 4 blocks right here is Goodfellas, and these 5 blocks over here is supposed to be 4PF, and y'all could say that. I'm saying I'm from here too. I represent right here too. There's Goodfellas stuff. I don't know nothing about that, but so these are clear defenses. And if we wanted to get into like more of a liability bag, if God forbid charges come the man's way, like you start to tell yourself, like, logically, these early defenses that the lawyer is putting up makes a lot of sense. But that press conference and those type of statements and this type of dust up and this type of media, using the media for attention to get this ball rolling in the public like this, they don't do that without something. And that's why I think a fear remains. They have 4PF already named in the warrant, right? Lil Baby's name has come up in this shit. You just don't know how. And not just from the logical common sense from a gang unit saying that, well, this territory over here is supposed to be Goodfellas, and historically they're into it with 4PF and Lil Baby shooting the video there. It's got to be more than that, because that is very beatable by a good lawyer, right? Even with the small defenses that he just posted on his Instagram, the lawyer. That's very beatable. You don't drag Lil Baby, especially if it's like some federal indictment. The way that this DA in Atlanta is on Fulton County right now, if you're in gangs, we at you. You don't drag somebody of his stature and with his type of money and resources into a case, and that's all you have. No way. I would assume if they bring charges to Lil Baby, they got more. They got more. They got cooperation. They got text messages. They got phone calls. They got more. It's the same thing with Lil Durk. Same thing with Lil Durk. When we saw he was already arrested, he was already in jail, and then later on they unsealed a fucking indictment outside of the Beverly Hills shooting with Quando Rondo's cousin. This shit about his brother's alleged retaliation. And that was over a year old. That was a sealed, and they never released it, but they released it now. So it's like, now that they got you in custody, then the public and the people like us, we start to learn later on, like, oh shit, they got Lil Woody. they got a Woody, or they got a gunner, or they got I mean, I don't know disrespect. Y'all know what I mean. They got they got text messages. They got an indictment from a different shooting as well that wasn't even linked to that video shoot. They got something else. We just kept it be that, man. Like, don't be naive, people. These people is not just gonna try to come throw some handcuffs on Lil Baby to say, we think these shootings happen because you happen to do the music video there. That's too simple. That's too beatable. It ain't that. It ain't that. It's got to be more that they believe that they have for them to even take such an aggressive public approach. Because once, think about this too, before we close this piece out. Think about this also. The moment you go public, I'm talking about the prosecution side, the state side, the DA side, the gang unit. The moment they do that press conference and they go public, they hip who their targets are to the heat. They hip them to the heat. They show you like we on you. Now that I know you on me, I switch up, or maybe I go catch this flight to Bali, or I stop saying 4PF, or I stop hanging around this person. I change my phone number. Oh, you switch up things now. You clean up, you clean house, because you're like, oh shit, they on us. You throw shit, you clean house, right? So you don't even publicly let people know that you on their ass unless you feel like you already got what you need. Hypothetically, if they are coming at him with an indictment, right? So that's why I think even little small posts like that is for something to keep our eye on. You know, spooky times for Lil Baby. Him and his people got to be very, very careful, and they got to continue to line up their ducks in a row, because it just doesn't look good as far as what was put on the table so far. And the lawyer's already trying to put up defenses. Woo! Where we at? Almost an hour and a half, 90 minutes in, y'all. Appreciate everybody that rocked the whole stream. I see y'all. Let me go over to the channel. Y'all know what time it is. It is voting poll time. I need to see what's going on with the chat. I need to understand what's shaking. All right. I'm gonna formulate this one. Let's see. I don't want to ask y'all what topic y'all enjoyed the most. That's too simple. I want to go a different direction. I'm gonna force y'all to choose which of these y'all believe the most. Okay. Kanye. All right. No, how about this? If you could have one, which do you choose? I like that. That's different. Okay. Kanye to be completely canceled. Make it interesting. Lil Baby to not be indicted. Okay, I'm making it tough. Camron to stop bullying. Drake to sit the hell down. Okay. Yeah, let's put that out. It's out now, y'all. Let's see what y'all got. Appreciate you, Cat. I enjoyed it. the topics in the chat today. Yeah, I appreciate y'all too in the chat, because I know as I'm going through the topics and I'm hosting the stream, I can see sometimes off to the side when I peek at the chat, I see sometimes y'all got your own conversations going. Sometimes within the topic within the topic, or sometimes even sub stuff that's slightly outside of my topic. I see y'all be doing y'all thing. So y'all got a little community going on over here. Let me give y'all a quick sneak peek. All of the above. Appreciate it. Let me give y'all a sneak peek. YouTube got something new coming. It's gonna be a new community addition to people's channels, where you kind of get your own server, like your own little Discord, which means that you guys can be in our forum, the Sorry Is True forum, even when I'm not live, right? So if you come to the channel, you'll be able to go to our forum or our Discord or like our own little chat room randomly, right? I heard that it's already rolling out in beta to like a couple channels here and there. I don't know how long it'll be completely rolled out to like all channels where we would receive that functionality as well. But I hear that that's on the way. That could be real interesting because I could just be randomly standing online at the supermarket, not be live, not have nothing going on, and just jump on a channel and jump into our Discord and see what's going on, what y'all talking about. Word, this what happened. And now that I think about it, that would be the place where it might be easier for us to share stuff instead of like y'all DMing me stuff where you could be like, yo, AR, did you see this this video of breaking down all of Drake's missteps since the battle? Like Enzo sent me the one that we watched earlier this morning. Shit like that. Like maybe that's good in a chat too. And it gives everybody a chance to also jump on, you know, the additions and be like, oh no, that's wrong, that's right, whatever. And we filter it all before we cut the streams on that. I don't know. Them Discords could be dope. Well, let me hop back over to the voting poll. All right, if you could have one, which would you choose? Kanye is in the lead with 25%. So that's not dominating. When we've seen some of these choices dominate, it'd be in the 40s a lot. So Kanye to be completely canceled is 24%. Lil Baby to not be indicted is 16%. Camron to stop bullying. Y'all don't give a fuck about that one, but I had to put something up there for Camron and Ocho's topic. Y'all got him at, y'all got that at 2%. Oh shit, I'm tripping. No, there is one that's dominating. Is Drake sit the hell down at 59%? What? Oh my God. It'd be the 40-something% that dominate. This shit is almost 60%. Well over half. Oh my God. Y'all got Drake sit the hell down winning the vote so far. Yo. All right. Kaysa, I chose Lil Baby. Jay says stop jumping Aubrey. What you want? One-on-one fades? Short is laughing. Oh my God. Oh my God, what did I miss over here? Shout out to King Red 300 with the super chat, says ARP, your mods blocking supporters for disagreeing. Appreciate the critical feedback. I didn't see that, and I don't need to call anybody out specifically. I will say in general, thank you mods for continuing to do a great job and hold down the podcast. But let's also be careful of that. Now the mods are supposed to block people, and this is to you, King Red. If they see a certain level of disrespect, right? And that's not just towards me, that's also towards each other, because I want to keep it clean. And not only do I want to keep it clean for what we got going on over here, but it's also to be compliant with YouTube. Like if you start overdoing it in somebody's direction, like cursing them out or berating somebody, whatever, YouTube won't show your comments in the actual chat as it runs, even in the replay. I think it gets hidden, and sometimes it could be hidden while we're live as well. And if you really go too crazy, you mess around and get your channel suspended. So, you know, disrespect is something that we avoid over here. You haven't seen me ever pull up a comment or pull up somebody on during a live and curse them out. So we don't want that happening towards each other in the chat neither. So yeah, if you guys are being overly disrespectful, the mods are supposed to shut you down or you know what I'm saying? Or if you ODing towards the host, yeah, like I'm not here for y'all to like wild on me. Like the fuck, like we all got better things to do, right? I'm here for y'all. Don't try to wild on the homie. Like the hell. So hold me down the right way. But so I'll just say that in general, King Red. But I appreciate that feedback and that criticism. I'll just use it as a general reminder for everybody of how we trying to move over here. All right. Keep the opinions clean and try to keep them, you know, in line as much as possible. Too Clean John says it was between Drake and Kanye. I chose Drake. K Wall says, thank you for clearing this up, ARP. I got you. What do we got here, love? I picked Kanye being one. I'm tired of him. Let me go back to the vote one more time. Let's see where we at. If you could choose to have one, which do you choose? Kanye to be completely canceled is at 21%. Lil Baby to not be indicted is at 16%. Camron to stop bullying. We don't give a fuck what he's saying right now at this point. Go ahead and do what you're going to do. We'll just be here to critique it. So that's why he's at 3%. And Drake to sit the hell down is at almost 60%, 59. All right. I'm with y'all. All right, good stream today, people. I appreciate it. That's the only thing about when we combine all these topics together. I love doing the combined streams with y'all. Helps us keep up. But sheesh, man, like it takes our time. We got streams on this channel. If you go back just a couple weeks, 20 minutes here, 30 minutes there. Now we getting up to 9. Y'all gonna have me become one of those type of streamers where we sit down for. Then what? This 90 minutes turns into 2 hours, and 2 hours turns into 4 hours, and like, if we gotta move in that fashion, I'm telling y'all right now, we need the channel to grow more. I'll do it, but the channel will have to grow more because then y'all start stepping on other shit I gotta be doing, and I don't mind to do it because I enjoy being here. I enjoy streaming, but if I gotta do 4 or 5 hour streams and it's just like, yo, we here for it, and these topics is crazy that we got to get to. We need to continue to grow this podcast. And I need more shares. I need more comments. I need more likes. I need more subscribers. We need more viewership. We need more people. We hip to like, hey, bring your ass over here to the Sorry It's True podcast, man. We need to start doubling and tripling the consistent viewership for all these, not just the controversy. We need to take this shit up to the next step. And I know we're going to be there by the end of 2025. We're going to take another step. And then next year, we're going to take another step. The consistency of just creating good content grows anything. That's why even on the RBE side, brick by brick was the model. It's the same thing here. So we over the stove. We're not trying to jump in the microwave at all. But shit, y'all could help push it too by doing that. Trust me, y'all do. Everything y'all do helps. All right. 10 a.m. Very late in the morning for me. I gotta hit this gym and then I gotta get on the road. And wait a minute. Should we? Quick question. I'm not going to put a voting poll up for it. Quick question, chat. Let me look at the chat before we get up out of here. Hold on. Where's my chat at? Where's my chat at? Chat, do y'all want to come back immediately once the fight is over tonight? I'm going to watch the chat. That could be like, might be late though. Fight could be over 10:30, 11, 12 o'clock for all I know. Do y'all want to come back as soon as the fight is over? I'm going to watch the chat for a second. Shay says yes. Maz, y'all gotta be here. I don't want to hear that I fell asleep shit. DMV doll says yes. Okay. Robot chicken wings says yep. Miss Lady says have a good day, everybody. Thanks for the laughs. Sean says yeah. Maz is in the building saying yep. Maz is saying yep. Okay. We might come back right after the fight. So y'all keep your eyes on the stream going up. We might do that. But in between time and in the meantime, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. We'll be back. I got y'all.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss making decisions, my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
This is the Sorry It's True podcast. Welcome to the house of. And shout out to the members.
Without, I think still got a gun.